Hey Facebook, y'all come through. Hey Facebook, hey IG, hey Donnelly, hey Nikki, hey Shatori, hey YouTube, hey Instagram. Hey y'all, hey y'all, look who I have in the house. Look who I have in the house. Oh shoot, you know what? I forgot to tell you, girl. Are you on your iPad right now?
I am not. No.
You're on your phone? Where your iPad?
My iPad is right here, but you told me not to use it, so I left it sitting right here.
No, I didn't. Can you go? Okay, here's what I want you to do real quick. Can you
Okay.
go on this link on your iPad and
Yeah.
then join me on Instagram on your phone?
Okay.
So you do both. Because my Instagram peeps, they gonna be mad. I forgot about y'all IG. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, give Pammy a second. She's gonna join us on IG real quick. In the meantime, I'll get her to kind of just handle her business. And if you're joining for the first time, my name is Tara. I'm the founder of Peculiar Roots, where we create amazing build-up product for your locks and natural hair. And tonight's topic is very, very, very good. What you're watching right now, if you're watching this for the first time, is Locked and Loaded Live. Locked and Loaded Live basically is where we just unpack a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, Tawana, we unpack a whole bunch of stuff and we educate you on how to take care of your crown. We answer your questions, whether it's product, whether it's how to do your hair. But tonight is a little bit different, right? Tonight, I have Pammy, who is getting ready to join us here on Instagram as well as she is on Facebook. So you can watch us on 3 platforms tonight, on Facebook, Instagram, and on IG and YouTube, actually. Yeah. And so tonight's topic is the importance of communication between you and your loctician, not me, you. So a lot of y'all out here in these loctician and stylist streets, y'all scared. Y'all real scared to like ask questions about your crown. So while I get Pammy to situate herself and get on here with me, because I wanted to invite a real loctician on here with me so you guys can really ask your questions and she can give an unbiased opinion on how it is that she would want her clients to come to her with questions, why it's important to ask those questions, why it's important to have an open relationship with the person who you are entrusting with your hair. One of the things that we always say here at Peculiar Roots is thank you for trusting us with your crown, right? In order for us to tell you that we know that you took a lot of trust in saying, you know what, I'm going to try this product. And we want you to take the same responsibility when you're going out there and you're having someone touch your hair. If you DIY most of your hair experience and maintenance, that is absolutely fine. We teach you enough things here actually where you're able to do that. So that's totally fine. But we want to make sure you're empowered to ask the right questions, know what questions to ask. And if something is going wrong and you're feeling a bit, about it, uneasy about it, do not feel scared to ask those questions. So I'm gonna get Pammy back up here. So I think we're good on both platforms. And I just sent you, there you go. So I think what I need to do is, yes, on one of them. Wait, y'all. She's killing me. Just turn it down on one of them and you should be good. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. And what I need you guys to do, yes.
Okay.
What I need you guys to do is please confirm in the comment section if you're able to hear both of us clearly. If you're able to see us and hear us clearly, please comment in the comment section so we can begin. We have an hour to unpack a lot of things, and I want to make sure that we do so. So please confirm in the okay. Thank you, Donnelly, for confirming on Instagram. On Facebook, can you please confirm that you're able to hear us and see us clearly so we can begin? That would be lovely. Lovely. Stream, are you on Facebook or Instagram? You can hear us fine? Okay. Tammy, can you say something so they could just confirm that they could hear you on both?
Peace and blessings.
I hear you, Pam, but I hear like a after.
Feedback,
yeah. So maybe you just one of the device, just turn it down all the way.
I'm trying to turn it all the way, but it won't let me turn it all the way down.
Yeah, I think it may be the phone. The phone does that. Hey, Shatori. Hey, April. Thank you, Facebook, for confirming that for us. I don't hear it anymore, so I think we're good.
Okay, I'll do my best. Yeah, still echoing.
Yeah. And it may be too close. I'm trying to make this work for y'all, IG. I'm trying to make this work for y'all, so y'all don't have to go to Facebook, because sometimes Facebook is crazy. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Streamer, can you turn down your sound, please? Sorry.
This thing does not want to go all the way down.
Now I can hear you now. I think you're good. I think we're good. Okay, perfect. So while you're talking, while we're answering question, they said you have to mute one of your devices, but I think we're good now. I think we're good. Confirming it in the chat again if we're all good. I think we are. So I'm just going to get started so we don't waste any more time. So if you're joining again for the first time, we have a special guest with us tonight. It is Pammy. She's like our resident Loctician. She answers most of your questions here on Instagram, on Facebook. Y'all will just see her in these social media streets, helping you out, especially if you're a part of our elite community. She is there for us. We actually have a live dedicated to our elite tribe every month, and Pammy comes in and shows them how to DIY and take care of their hair the correct way. So tonight we wanted to bring her in because we started to see a lot of questions and comments in the group, which was clear that you all were not asking the right questions to your Locticians. You did not know what the right questions you were supposed to be asking, and quite frankly, a lot of you guys are intimidated because you're trying to be respectful to that person, which is quite fine, but at the same time, I feel like that's not empowering you to make sure that you're doing the right thing for your hair. So that's why we're having this conversation. And I didn't want to be biased because Megan is telling us that make sure to know why. All right, sorry. I'm just going to tell y'all, like, make sure you know what's going inside your hair, but I didn't want to be biased. I wanted to make sure that I was being politically correct. And so this is why I invited a Loctician here herself, so she can tell you how she's empowering her clients to ask the right questions and have a good relationship where they don't feel bad. They know what's going on in their hair. And one, they're maintaining their hair during the process of her not even touching their hair. And that, honestly, to me, is what you need when you're looking for a Loctician. You need someone who's confident enough in themselves that they're going to empower you to make the right decisions when you don't have them around. So as we're talking, please feel free to ask your questions. And I'm going to start asking Pammy some questions. So Pammy.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's a lot to unpack. But some of one of the main thing or comment rather that we see in Killeri's tribe community is, hey, I don't want to disrespect my Loctician by maybe telling her, say a product is not working for me or how to do her job. And so I've just been quiet about it. And now I'm bald. Now my hair is coming out. Now this product is not working for me, but I just don't know how to tell her. What is your advice? First of all, let's unpack this. Say someone is just starting their lock journey. What should they be looking for in a Loctician?
Well, I can start by saying I'm going to be looking back and forth because my cameras are like both.
That's fine.
But generally, when I take on a new client, I require everyone that I take on to do a consultation with me. So the first appointment that they make with me,
It's not even me touching their hair. We're just having a conversation. So that's like a 30-minute to 1 hour, depending on how many questions they have for me. But I have my 30 questions for them as well. Okay. I still get the feedback.
They say you may have to mute one of your device, maybe on your phone.
I muted it. I don't know what's going on. Why I'm not able to. Like, I'll go all the way down.
Yeah.
And then it won't let me like completely shut it down. Yeah, it's not letting me like shut it all the way down.
It's gone now, I think.
Yeah, when I shut up.
We may have to just do this. Oh man.
I mean, how many people are on Facebook?
We can do it. We could just do it here on YouTube.
So we can do it on there. And
yeah, YouTube, and it sucks because YouTube is live too.
Yeah, this feedback is not letting me like completely mute. So.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna just do it on. I'm gonna have Facebook open, so Facebook can only hear. You can come off of Facebook, Hammy. You can come off of Facebook and just stay here on. She tried that. She tried muting one device. So just stay here on Instagram, Pammy, and I will just have Facebook hear your voice. Yes.
On Instagram?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So, beginning again, when I have a new client, basically I have a consultation. I'm not even doing your hair on your first visit. Your first visit is my way of getting to know you and your way of getting to know me.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we put our expectations on the table of what we expect from each other.
So I love that because it's kind of like with any business, right? You want to kind of vet the client first, and vice versa. The client gets to vet you first. I think where a lot of the issue comes in is maybe the client doesn't even know what question they should be asking you. And I'm sure you probably bump into that quite frequently when it's just a matter of, I don't even know what questions to ask you because I'm just starting my Loc'd journey. What are maybe the top 2 questions that you're saying you would hope your client asks you so that you're able to help them from day one and say, you know what, you are the right client for me to move forward with, or you're not even ready for this, or let's start somewhere. Like, what are the top 2 questions you would advise anyone who's watching to ask their prospective Loctician?
One of the main things I would want the person to ask, I'm still getting the feedback.
Is it off completely?
I might have to just sign myself out of this.
Yeah, you have to sign yourself out.
Okay. Okay, is that better? You're not hearing any feedback?
That's perfect.
Okay. So we're going to turn that up. All right. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you.
Okay. So there are 2 things. Like, I can give you an example of some of the questions because I just did a consultation yesterday with a new client that I have. And my very first question that I ask them is, when and why did you start to think about locking your crown? I need to know that information because it kind of gives me an insight of the kind of dedication they're going to put into their own journey. You know? And when they answer those questions, their questions usually surface from that. So when it comes up, they usually give me a counter question of, well, what can I expect from you to help me get through my journey so that it becomes what I expect it to be? You know, so that's one of the things. Also, the expert has to be teachable. So even though we went to school and got trained and got certified, does not make you all knowing. You have to be teachable in these moments. And I learned more from my clients than I did from my training, because everybody has their own different journey that they're on. They have their own different look of how they want their locks to look while they're on their journey. So that requires me listening attentively to what they want me to do to their hair. I may want to do something, even like when I'm introducing Peculiar Roots products to them. I don't just pick it up and say, okay, I'm using this on your hair. Like, I say, okay, these are the products that I like to use on my hair, and I tell them why I use them. Would you like to sample them and see how they feel and all of those things? I still leave the decision up to them. So if you're not hearing a loctician asking you questions about what they're about to put in your hair, that's where you need to pause. What is that? Could you tell me more about that product that you're about to put in my hair? That's very important.
What about, this is, and I'm just speaking on based on just hearing this from customers. What about when someone tells you, well, this is my proprietary ingredients and it's gonna work for your hair and I'm gonna put it in and I cannot tell you what ingredients are in it, but you're gonna have to use it if you're having me do your hair. How do you feel about that?
No.
No? What do you mean?
No. The thing is, again, I go back to training does not make you all-knowing. Expertise and training does not make you all-knowing. You can't force anybody to use. I would like for all of my clients to use Peculiar Roots. That's my desire. Are they required? No. You want to use something different? Fine. Let's talk about this product. Okay, it'll do this. Yeah, it provide those things for you. Let's test it and see how it is. If this is what you want to use, could you tell me how to use it? I also, as a loctician, like if I'm not familiar with the product, do I need to use a lot of this? How do you usually use this when you're using it? You know, so it's a two-way thing. The communication has to come both ways. You don't always have to wait and ask them. If they're not asking you questions, that's a red flag too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they're not asking you questions about yourself, that's a big red flag, because you have a relationship with your loctician. And that's another thing that's a big issue that I've been hearing a lot about. You can't go hopping around in different locticians' chairs.
Ooh, they not faithful around here.
Don't
they
be like promiscuous. Pick one. Stick with it.
But the other one is not available this weekend, so I gotta go with this one. Okay.
And at the very best, I've seen people that has two locticians, because there's one that they like that they do that the other may not do, and so that relationship usually turns out pretty good. But don't just say, "Oh, that's a loctician," and automatically go sit in their chair and think that they're going to do you justice, because no.
Just said, dang, you called her out. Nah. So here is what I want to be clear at too, right? Because as we're talking, I don't just want to say you can't do this, you know, don't do this. I want to also tell why. Logically, I'm thinking, right? If you're like being promiscuous with your loctician and you're going from one chair to the next, then one may be twisted in one direction and the other one may decide, well, I want to twist in this direction, or right, I want to use this gel, or, you know, I'm all natural, I'm not going to use anything. And then you're like, 1 week your hair is one way, and the next week your hair is another, and then your hair is conflicted and your hair is like, forget, I'm over this. So does that sound accurate from my breakdown? Like,
it's absolutely accurate. Yeah. Like, think about it. Ask any brother that you know that got a barber.
True.
That been with that barber 10, 12, 15, been that same barber for the last 25 years since they was a little boy.
True.
They not about to go get lined up by some strange dude just because his chair is empty. His chair is empty for a reason.
Facts. And guys are loyal about their barbers. That's so true. Guys do not play.
Picking your loctician is like picking a barber. You can't just sit up in anybody's chair. You know, everybody has different techniques. Everybody, you know, have different approaches. Some locticians only specialize in one thing. Like, they went to YouTube University and learned how to do a palm twist, and that's all they know how to do. Then you have some locticians that went the 10th mile and did a whole extension of training as a loctician. The school training is a year long. The apprenticeship is another 2 years, working in a shop and actually working with real clients. So that's how long the process actually is from beginning to end. When I started my training as a loctician, there was 27 of us. 3 of us graduated.
Wow.
3. Because once the foundation of learning about locks and hair and how it's developed and how to do certain different techniques, once that foundation was laid, they felt like they knew enough and they didn't have to go any further. So they was the shop. And I'm a loctician.
Yeah, I love how you said, even with all your training, your greatest experience comes from your clients, like literally doing their hair. And I think that's so important to note, because I always say this, every single one of us, whoever's watching this live, we all have different hair texture. We all have different locks. And so that's going to require a different method to maintain your locks, to all those things. And so your loctician knowing your specific needs versus the book, what the book or whatever, what they learned, you know, and going by those codes, they're going to, you know, fall to error, because it's like, well, it's that method is not going to work for my hair. So are you going to just go with that, or are you going to say, you know what, this client did, you know, hair didn't react to oil, and so I'm going to use something else to maintain their hair, because the last visit, and also being approachable to say, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I made a mistake, and here's how we're going to fix it.
Needs to be teachable, being able to hold yourself accountable when you made an error, you know, because sometimes there's trial and error. And that's another willingness as far as you having that relationship with your client and your client with you. Your client may say, oh, could you try this? I don't feel comfortable with it, but if you really want to give it a shot, yeah, we can do that. And yeah, but it has to be a two-way street. It has to be communicated both ways.
And if you guys are just joining, we are talking about how to properly communicate with your loctician, the questions to ask. A lot of you guys are shook out here in these loctician streets. You don't want to disrespect your loctician, and we get that, and that's honorable. However, it's your hair. It's your head that's growing out of your head, and you got one head, and you got to know what's going in it. You got to know also how to take care of it. One of the things I love about what you're doing is not only are you practicing natural ways of how to maintain your clients' hair, but you're empowering them to take care of their hair in between visits, because I think a lot of new people who just started their lock journey don't realize that you don't just do your hair once a month or twice a month and that's it. You don't touch it till you go back to your loctician, or 6 months or whatever. There's so many things out here, but you don't just do it one time. So can you give us about 3 best practices in between visits that every single person should at least be doing to maintain your locks?
Yes. So that's also one of my questions that I asked in my consultation. Are you willing to put in the work to maintain your hair between your appointments of coming to see me?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? And that comes with a follow-up question from them. What do you mean? Well, are you going to be able to maintain a routine? Because sometimes people, when they get locks, their reasoning, which is again going back to my first question, when and why are you getting locks? Oh, I wanted locks because, you know, I didn't really want to do too much maintenance. Lock does not equal zero maintenance. That's a big You're going to have to maintain on some level. You can't just sit there and not do anything with your hair. It's just prime example. Look at what happened to my brother Lil Wayne's hair. Jesus.
Yo, we're not going to touch on Lil Wayne. He's a very sensitive.
That's a result of stocking, doing everything. Like he's just not doing anything to it no more.
And color.
Really beautiful locks, and it hurts my heart to see
it hanging by a thread.
Yeah. So, and I'm not talking about that. You know, anything as far as him or his loctician. I'm just saying that can happen to your hair when you do nothing to it.
Absolutely.
We don't want that to happen.
Absolutely.
So when I asked them, are you willing to put in the work that you need to put in maintaining your hair between your visits? Because your visits with me coming to get a retwist and deep detox shampoo, that's maybe once in the beginning, once a month, and then it gets spread out as your hair grows longer and your locks mature. Mm-hmm. So you have to be able to wash it. You need to wash your hair. Don't come to me and you ain't washed your hair in 6 weeks, and now I have to breathe. My lungs are delicate. I'm kidding. But you know, those things I teach my clients how to properly wash their hair, because there's a difference between washing your hair with locks and washing your natural hair. Mm-hmm. I was natural for 11 years. I was locked for 6 years. So it's two different techniques. Mm-hmm. My training in natural hair and Loctician, two different avenues. So you have to, as a Loctician, teach your people. And I'm sure you've seen me post in the group, when you're washing your hair, mm-hmm. don't over shampoo, because they're going to take you forever to rinse it out. Rinsing does not mean standing under running water for 15 minutes. These are sponges.
Can you say that louder for the people in the back? Can you say that louder for the people in the back? Can you say that louder for the people in the back?
Rinsing, properly rinsing does not mean standing under running water for 15 minutes. If you are not actually going like this and squeezing and making sure, not wringing it out, but squeezing it. See how my hand is contracting?
No. This is how they do. This is how they do. This is them. Let me show y'all. They go in the shower. They like, oh, wait, I need a shampoo, y'all. It's like, oh, peculiar shampoo. Oh, yes. Oh. And then they're like, wait, there's not enough shampoo. Hold on. The bottle is done. And then you're like, oh, let me just rinse it out. 1 water splash, 2 water splash. That's it. And they get out and they're like, my hair is not properly written. Girl, because you weren't supposed to use that. How much does it say on the directions? How much does it say? How much does it say on the direction? A few pumps. That's it, sis. That's it, sis.
And if you're washing your hair in the shower, that's the longest shower you're going to take.
Just as she shared.
Whatever shower you used to taking, you don't take that same length when you're washing your locks. You got to triple that time, because you're going to be in there rinsing. If you condition, same thing. You have to make sure you keep squeezing that water until clear water is coming out of your locks.
All right.
If it's still bubbling up, no.
The questions are coming in. The questions are rolling in. Make sure if you're on Instagram, use that question button to put in your questions. If you're on Facebook, you can drop your questions there. So the tips that Pammy's given now is, so we want to give tips on in between visits. What can they do? So someone is asking about the wash. So they're like, I was told not to wash my hair in between coming to my hairdresser.
Okay.
And here's a disclaimer that we should make.
There's a counter question on that. Are you comfortable with not washing your hair between your visits with your loctician?
So she said, if you're comfortable with not washing your hair in between visits, are you not having any issues? And then here's a counter thing, a disclaimer that I want to put up there. If you have a loctician and they're working for you, this is great for you to listen to, but I also want to be respectful of your loctician if you trust them enough to follow their directions, right? Because they already curated a plan and a regimen for you. If they did. If you're like, ain't no regimen, ain't no plan, we ain't never talk about that, then the next visit, I want you guys to talk to them about that. But if they gave, yes,
you have discomfort,
that's it.
With the relationship. If there's a discomfort or a disconnect in your relationship that you have with your loctician, this is not a loctician bashing call.
She's a loctician.
Those are my colleagues, those are my people. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
What I'm saying to you is that you feel uncomfortable with something that you're being instructed to do.
And pay for.
And you need to voice it.
And pay for.
I don't know. I feel weird going a month without washing my hair. And I've had people tell me, oh, wow, 3 weeks, that's a lot. Can I do it in less than 3 weeks? Can I do it in a week? I always recommend every 2 weeks to wash hair. But I have some clients, one of them, she works up really hard. It sweats like crazy.
Okay. Wait. So the person that you just answered, you counteract with another question. They said, no regimen over here. She is not a loctician.
The one that told her not to wash her hair is not a loctician?
This is exactly what we're talking about tonight, y'all.
Okay.
Y'all.
See, now the fact that this is not a loctician, that's all the more reason for you to be like, excuse me? I'm not going to not wash my hair. That's just a person. Now, you better check a person. But when the loctician that you're trying to build a relationship with, you can... Now, the thing is, it's all about tone and approach on when you're asking about certain things. And no, you're not teaching me anything because I already did my training. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm a certified loctician. So I'm not going to feel like you are questioning my training techniques by asking me, can I do something different for you? Because part of my job is to meet your needs. So you should never be afraid to speak up. Just watch the tone. Like if I come hard at you and it feels like I'm reprimanding you like you're my child, that's not the way I should ever approach you.
That's good.
It's the same vice versa. And I think that's where this fear comes from when the people say, well, I don't want to say anything because I feel like I'm being disrespectful. Mm-hmm. One, you're not a child and you're not their child. So it's not like I'm telling you to talk back to your mother. You know, we have those relationships with our parents. We don't want to talk to them in any kind of way. It all comes down to the approach.
That's so good. I think that's so excellent because one, it's almost saying there's going to be this communication that we're setting, this groundwork, relationship we're setting, but it's going to be equal. It's not that because you're the expert, I'm just going to listen to everything that you say without feeling comfortable enough to ask a question. No, you should ask a question because God forbid something happens. Say you have to move tomorrow and you have to change loctician, or COVID was a great example. A lot of us were shut in. You could not go to no loctician if you wanted to. And so we have to think about things like that. What if something happens and you have to maintain your hair? You don't know the first half of how to palm roll your hair. You don't know how often should you wash. You don't know anything. And I get that some of us enjoy the luxury of having someone do your hair. We're not saying that. We're not saying no to that. We're saying at least know what's going on in your head, right? Know what's going on in your hair. And so to that person's point on Facebook where they say, you know what, she didn't even create a regimen. She's not a loctician. That's fine. Even if because loctician to me is just a title. It's getting bigger right now. Because I'm not a certified loctician per se, but I know 100% more than a lot of people who have that title because I've studied. I put in the work to study and know my shit. So I'm asking you guys to study for yourself and ask questions. Just like I always tell you guys, if you're going to buy a product, ask us question. Like you about to spend your money. Ask questions so you can be comfortable. And then if you're seeing the results of opposite to what you want, then you can say, well, this is why this is happening because my hair, maybe didn't take to this ingredient, or maybe I'm not doing it the right way, or maybe I should mix this product with something else. Like ask questions. There's no dumb questions at all. We're gonna
except for the one that you don't ask.
Except for the ones that you don't ask. She said when she asked a question, the person told her she went to school for hair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I talked about this with somebody recently. They asked me about certain tones that they may get from somebody. And this is not talking about locticians or anything. This is just talking about people in general. You have to know when you're dealing with a narcissistic personality. That's how that felt to me too. You're not telling me nothing. I went to school for this. I'm the expert. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. You're gonna do what I say or don't. No. If that makes you feel like somebody's making you feel small for asking them a question, that's where you have to really question, do I really want to keep going forward in this? Or do I want to go in a different direction? Tracking back to when Tara was talking about COVID, I had 12 clients because I was just getting started. I was still working like part-time as a loctician because I was still working full-time in my job. So when COVID hit, I knew that my clients couldn't come to me. I decided I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pay for a membership on Zoom and teach my clients how to retwist their hair until they can come back to my chair. But they don't come to me to get their hair retwisted. They come to me for the experience that they have when they come to get their hair done. That's the kind of relationship that I built with my clients. So I didn't lose not one client during COVID. Every single one of them are still my client today. So moving forward, if somebody with a narcissistic characteristic tells you, I went to school, and I can use going to the doctor as an example.
Mm-hmm.
If you go tell your doctor that you're having chest pains and you're describing it, and they're telling you, oh, it's nothing, or it's just gas, but God, doctor, this feels like something more serious. Well, I ain't got the PhD. Do you have the PhD? I'm the doctor. If I told you that, no.
Yeah.
Nobody can make you feel small or inferior without your consent. So at this point,
ooh, can you say that one more time? No one can make you
feel small or inferior without your consent.
And that's on Mary.
You have to allow that kind of energy in order for it to make you sit there like this and let somebody do whatever they want to do to your head, and then you go in your pocket and give them your money.
Mm.
You're your own advocate. You are your own advocate. You are responsible for yourself. You are responsible for the energy that you allow in. You have to be your person. You are your person. You know, if you have a hard time, now this is another thing that I advise. Sometimes people do have a hard time because they're not very they feel like it's confrontational. No matter what the approach is, they just feel like it's too confrontational. But you got a confrontational friend that will go with you to your appointment.
Ooh, to want to say, I'm not paying for abuse. You can be fired. And yes, sis.
But
yes.
If you have that one friend that's like, she keeps telling you that she don't want to do that, why are you ignoring her? Like, you know, you do have that one friend that'll check somebody on your behalf.
Mm-hmm.
That'll go to your appointments with you, because, you know, sometimes girlfriends, they go with each other just so they can have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
But that's another issue. Unfortunately, not every person that is doing hair wants to really interact with their clients.
That's so true.
And that's the personality. So those are some of the things that you fill out when you are selecting a loctician. You know, it's about the health of your hair and the health of your locks. So if you really want to have a wonderful journey, you have to be very careful about who you choose to be your loctician. If they don't require a consultation, but you have questions, you can request a consultation. Make your own list of stuff of what you expect from them and what they expect from you. Mm-hmm. And you know, the kind of relationship you look to have with your loctician. There's nothing wrong with that. If you start a relationship with a man or a woman, y'all start putting stuff on the table, what you're looking for in that relationship, right? It's the same thing.
True.
It's the same thing, you know? So, yeah.
True.
What question?
Tiffany said, I love that quote. Wow, you said a mouthful, sis. Find a new loctician. Let me put up one of the questions that came in. I just got Peculiar Roots products and I want my loctician to use them the next time I come in. Is it rude to ask a loctician to use other products for what they are used for? That is an excellent question, and a question that we get every single time. So I'm gonna repeat her question in as simple as I can. She's basically asking, you found out about Peculiar Roots, right? You're like, oh my gosh, the raves, I've tried it myself, I love it, but I don't think my loctician may want to use this product on my hair, or I don't even know if she wants to because I am scared. I'm terrified to even suggest this to her. That's exactly what we're, before I'll let Pam answer this as a loctician, but this is exactly what we're saying. The entire process that you have, that you're fearful to even ask her the question, that's problematic. It's problematic that you pay somebody and you're fearful to ask them to put products you research in your head that you're paying for. That's problematic as hell. So the communication between you guys has to start fixing ASAP for you to feel comfortable that you can go and not ask her to put the products you research in your hair, but to say, going forward, sis, these are what I'm using because I've done the research and this is what's going to work for my crown. Go ahead, Pam. Go ahead.
So, my clientele has built up over the last few months. I have a good handful of clients that do not use Peculiar Roots. They bring their own stuff with them. They want to use that. And when they came to me and told me that that's what they wanted to use, I'm like, well, you can try Peculiar Roots. I'm not going to try to deter them from using what they want to use. But it intrigues my interest. Tell me more about that product. Because I'm interested in knowing that, because for some people, Peculiar Roots just may not work for them. That's not what they want. They may not want the wonderful smelling stuff. Some people don't like all of the extra and all the, So I want to be able to suggest something else to them if that information comes to me. So I become intrigued. Okay, no problem. Because they're not insulting me or the products that I use and asking me to use something that they feel works better for their crown. They're not saying, oh, this is better than your stuff. I feel like this works for my hair better for me because we use this on my hair. Absolutely. The goal is your comfort and your happiness. And if what you brought to me to use in your hair is what you want me to use, I want to use that. And I'm not going to sabotage. This is an inside thing. I'm not going to sabotage and do something incorrect with your product or put something or mix it in, causing you to feel discomfort and try to make it look like it's that product that you gave me to put in your hair just to uplift my product so I can use it. We're not doing that either. At the end of the day, it's your crown. When you get up and you walk out of my door, you got to go out into the world with that on your head. And me refusing to use your products on your hair, that's a representation of who I am as a loctician. And word gets around, So a loctician, if they're really thinking about the happiness of their clients as well as themselves and their reputations and how they handle situations like that, you have to be willing to go. That's what a relationship is, compromise.
Yeah.
Compromise. So I don't have an issue at all. Now, if somebody disrespectfully was like, I don't like that stuff over there, I'm using this. Well, why do you have to approach it like that? I don't have a problem using your product, but you don't have to take that tone. I'm a very calm person. People get scared because I don't change my tone even when I'm like on fire and ready to punch a hole through you. Like, don't do that.
Not a whole hole through you.
don't do that. They're like, I don't know, is she mad or upset with them? So it's like, don't do that.
Another one came in.
Everything comes down to approach. It really does.
Absolutely. Someone else said, mine doesn't like me to use outside products. She only wants me to use and buy her products.
And you agree to that?
And did you agree to that, ma'am? I can't see your name. I'm so sorry. I can't see your name on Facebook, whoever is commenting. When I started this journey and asked my loctician if I could bring my own product, she said, fine, as long as it doesn't cause buildup. I wasn't using PR at the time, but she fell in love with what I was. Yes.
And the thing is, that second one that you just said, that's proper communication. You're asking in advance. If somebody that I want, that I'm considering to be my loctician tells me, I don't want you using any outside products. You're going to use only what I use in here. Yeah, thank you, but I think I'm going to, no.
Donnelly said, baby, you need a new loctician.
Yeah, like I'm just not going to go forward. Now, I'm going to say something that maybe a lot of people are not going to like, but you have to hold yourself accountable for some of the things that you allow to happen to you. If somebody's telling you something like that and you still go forward, you're accountable for allowing yourself to still sit down and just, okay.
That's true.
Don't complain about it later.
That's true.
Because you went into it with your eyes open.
That's true.
You have to know when to hold yourself accountable for the things that you allow. And if you're not willing to make a change and change the situation, as opposed to just complaining about it, don't complain and not be willing to do anything to change the situation, is what I'm saying. And this is not a talk about, if this is not happening, then you need to leave your loctician. If that's not happening, then you need to leave your loctician. This is about opening your mind to have proper communications with your loctician. Even if you haven't been having it in the past, this is to open up that chapter to take the next step into developing your relationship with your loctician. Because I'm sure a lot of you that do go to locticians, you're happy with your loctician, but you want to be able to have more input. So that's what this conversation is about.
Yeah.
Learning how to really open up and put on the table and have your input and be able to talk about these things without fear. It boils down to the approach, how you start the conversation. And yes, sometimes it does feel scary, but sometimes you got to just be vulnerable and jump in with both feet. Because again, we're talking about your hair, your crown. And
Regina said, "It is me, Regina. I thought I had to use what she was looking out. I thought I had to use because she was looking out for me. I just found Peculiar Roots products. I'm glad I found this company because after 18 years, I was about to cut all of my hair off." First of all, let's break that down. Let's unpack that, right? This is what irritates me. This is what upsets me to my core, that someone, right, can have this effect on your lock journey. And this is why we are on a mission, so you guys can own your journey. It's your journey. This is your decision that you made. 18 years is we're not talking about 8 months. Like a lot of us got to 8 months and we were like screaming and hooping like, oh my gosh, we did it, as you should, because we knew what it took to get there. 18 years, sis, like you need an award for 18 years, period, point blank. So you should like, sis, no. Okay, that just made me so mad right now. Okay. Please email us. Like, I'm personally going to pay for you to talk to Pammy to like get your entire life together. Please email me, info@peculiarroots.com. I'm going to pay for you to have a consultation with Pammy so you can be set forward on the right direction. If you find someone, I literally want Pammy to interview them to make sure they're doing your hair right. Like we're not having that, right? If you want to even cut your hair and start over because that person damaged it or whatever, that's fine. But I want you to be empowered and educated to go forward. Like that's insane. And this is what this live is about. You guys cannot have so many people have power over your crown. It is your crown. It is your decision. We're not having that. This is what this is about. Like someone just said, like she cannot believe we are giving people so much power over our crown. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. Like we're not doing that anymore, y'all. We are not doing that. Like if you guys, I tell you guys every single time, and I know you guys are not used to this, if you have a problem with your hair, there's nothing embarrassing that could be going on with your hair. Call us. Like we have a phone. Call us, email us, text us. If we don't know the answer, we're gonna find out. Like you guys email me 1 o'clock in the night, and I'll literally tell y'all, I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. Give me a few hours, and I'll come back to you. Anybody that's on here and you've ever asked this question, I will literally tell you. And most of the times I have the answer right away, but if I don't, I'll find it out for you. Like we cannot have people making decision over our crown. That's why I'm so passionate about this, because one, your crown is sacred. Like y'all should not even having any regular degular people in your hair. You should be vetting them to the core. Like you cannot have anybody in your hair. Like your hair is sacred. Some of the stuff, some of the mess that's happening in your life is because who you have in your hair. And so nobody touch my hair. Like nobody's ever touched my hair in 10 years, y'all. Because my hair is sacred. You guys cannot just have people touching your crown.
Yeah. It's about the energy. Your frequencies is in your
Talk about that energy, because I know you talked about it in our elite group, but like talk about that, because I don't think people understand. Like you cannot be out here fearful. Like, why are you fearful? No. Like, no, if you're fearful, honestly, I said, like, at the beginning, we were like, you know what? This is not about, like, you changing your loctician. Fuck that shit. If you're fearful of talking to your loctician, fire them. fire them. Yeah. Like seriously, fire them. I'm paying for 5 people to talk to Pammy after this live. Like I'm paying for y'all to have a consultation with Pammy. Like to ask the right question. If you don't know about how to carry your hair, if you're just like confused as hell, message us. The first 5 people to Sirma, do you have the text open? What? The text open, the text message. Oh, if you guys, can you write down their name in the comment section, please? Okay. Whoever, like if you need it, don't give it to the people who need it. 5 people, the first 5 people, I already have Regina. The first 5 people, if you really need help in moving forward, put your name in a comment. Sarima's gonna write it down. Well, DM us. And we'll figure it out. And we are gonna have more in-depth conversation like this with Pammy. But I pay Pammy for her time. I don't just call her up here for free. I pay her for her time. But if you guys need this, if this is something our company has to invest in so that you guys can have access to education, we'll pay for it. Like I always tell you guys this. I don't want you guys just using the products. A lot of you guys just buy the products to look cute. We don't want you to buy the products to look cute. We want you to buy it and use it and feel good. Like when you guys message us like, oh, I'm walking outside and I refresh my hair and it smells so good and I feel good. That's what we want you to do. We want you to feel good about the decisions that you're making. But if you're confused, if you're fearful because somebody up in your head messing it up, we're not doing that, sis. We're not doing that in 2021. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry I went off, but
no, I'm needed to do that because a lot of times,
I'm good now.
Again, people, they feel like they don't want to be confrontational, and that fear is what stunts us. That's what keeps people stagnant, is that fear of not speaking up for themselves. Speaking on the energy, you carry your energy in your hair. Like I also do energy cleanses. I don't just do build up and dirt detoxes. I do energy detoxes on people's locks too. Your hair is literally soaking in water with crystals and stuff, healing and pulling all of that energy out of your hair. So you don't have to cut your hair off, like I said before, my last when we did our video on last week, Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Was it last Friday?
Yep, last Friday.
I talked about how I'm a very spiritual and energetic person. So if somebody sits in my chair and I know something was going on, right after I touch their hair, what's going on, babe? You good? No, I'm all right. I said, I didn't ask you that for no reason. I just touched your hair. I can feel that surge of energy from just touching you. So if I'm asking you, this is your time to pour your heart out, whatever you need to get off of your chest, because you're going to leave here lighter, not just from your hair being clean, but whatever energy that you carried in with you, you about to dissipate that. Because that's what that is all about. Your frequencies, that's in your hair. Everything, your locks, everything, all of that is part of you. Like I can feel myself radiating, going like pins and needles, just having this conversation with you guys.
That's me too. Like I'm so hot right now.
It's like everything is like I can feel the energy bouncing off of me. Like
Pammy's in New York, okay? Pammy's in New York. She's going to operate the first Peculiar Roots store or whatever the hell we going to make because we manifesting over here. She's going to operate the first one in New York. Let's manifest that. But I'm so heated. Like you should feel my skin is like warm. I'm like getting so mad. I'm getting so mad. Like I wish y'all could just put me in y'all pocket and bring me to y'all Loctician so I could customize Jamaican if they try some.
Well, nobody should ever be able to tell you what you're required to do for your hair.
Oh my God.
What? Oh.
I'm so upset right now.
You know the only thing I require you to do as your Loctician? Wash your hair before you come back to me. Don't sit and not wash your hair. Wash your hair. Wash your hair. It's okay. Wash your hair.
Regina said, so what question? She said because she's disabled, this is why she has to absolutely have someone to do her hair. And that's completely fine. If you have to have someone to do your hair, that's fine. We just want you to ask the right questions. So she's asking, what are some of the right questions should I ask when I'm looking for a new person? So Pammy just did in the beginning, I'm not sure if you missed it, Regina, but she spoke about she actually has a consultation with her clients. So that should be honestly a sign. If they don't even want to have a consultation with you, that should be a sign that they're not equipped to even.
That should be your first question. Can we do a consultation?
Can we do a consultation so they can look at your crown? They can say, okay, this is the regimen going forward. This is what we're going to do. This is the solution I have. That's the first step, right? So making sure you have a consultation with that person. It's not just the first time you're visiting them, they're looking at your hair and it's like go mode. No, they need to do a consultation with you. What are some of the other questions that you would say?
I can go through, because my list of questions is very short, but it turns into like a pretty long conversation because they interact with me. The first question I ask is, when and why did you start to think about locking your crown?
So when and why did you start when and why did you think about locking your crown, Regina?
Second question that I ask, when did you decide to do it? Because thinking about it and deciding it, two different things.
Okay. When did you decide to do your crown? So these are the questions, Regina, that Pammy asks. Regina, also, can you put in the Regina, can you put in the comment section where you're located? The tribe is going to help you find someone that they can vet, or they have referrals for you. So
I remember talking to Regina.
Okay. Regina, put in the comment section where are you located? I know I have a recommendation, like great one in New York, Atlanta. Those are the two like people that I know like will bless your crown to the gods. She's in Boston.
Okay. I think I know somebody that's close to where she is. I'll do some networking on that. The third question I asked, do you understand the commitment it takes to maintain locks? Because if they don't understand that commitment, then that's a conversation we need to have. Because some of the questions that we get are people that's been locked in. We're not talking about new people. I don't get a lot of these questions from new people. These are people that have been locked for 10 years, 12 years. You know, that's telling me that certain things happen to them, you know, because they weren't told about it, you know, about what to do in these situations by their locticians. The fourth question, are you willing to put in the necessary care at home between your retwist appointments? I need to know that. I need to know that at least once between the time you left me and the time you come back to me, you thoroughly washed your hair so that you have that freshness and things like that, you know. Then I inspect the hair. I see and look what their hair type is. I inspect their scalp to see the condition of their scalp, to see if it's something that needs to be treated before we even start their lock journey. Sometimes I have a client that comes to me that their scalp is unhealthy and they need time to have their scalp treated and become healed before we even start their journey. I have a client now that I'm working with who wanted her locks done 4 months ago, but her scalp was terrible and we needed to get the health of her scalp together first. She's ready to get her hair locked now, but she went the course with me and let me work with her to regain the health of her scalp first. Because if you don't have healthy roots and healthy soil, you're not going to have a healthy tree.
I always say that. Oh, come on. Oops, sorry.
Okay, there you are. The next one.
I was like, what?
Then I discuss with them the commitment that I will have with them as their loctician.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I express to them that I'm just as committed to your journey as you are.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever energy you give to your journey, I will match that energy. And if I feel like you're slipping down, I'll be there to encourage you to lift yourself up. But the encouragement is to lift yourself up, not to. Relationship, we want growth together. It's about growth together. It's not about codependency. I don't want anybody to develop a codependency that if they decide they want to move out of the state, they can't move because they won't be able to find a loctician. Like, I want them to know that they can still survive in their journey, whether they still live in the state with me or not. You know, I have one of my clients, she's moving to Colorado. She said, but I don't know, I think I'm gonna come back and get my hair done. Come back when you can. But you know, you have the tools that I gave you to be able to take care of your hair. And you also know the kind of questions to ask if you need to select a new loctician wherever you move to. You know, I'm okay with letting go. I'm like a mama bird. Okay, baby. You understand? Then I discussed the importance of communication with my client. The only question that's stupid is the one you don't ask me. Ask me whatever you need to ask me. I don't care how dumb it sounds in your head. Let it out your mouth. Let's be stupid together. I don't care. I just want to make sure that you have a full understanding of what is happening. Tara, I don't know if you saw my post with my semi-freeform lock girl.
Yeah, I think so.
Her process is completely different from everybody else because she still wants to maintain that semi-freeform look. So I can't be like, okay, we're going to twist it. No, and then that two different textures of hair. You have to meet that person's needs. And that takes training yourself in your own eye as a loctician. So that's why the communication is very important. If you want to maintain a certain look, some people, they like that extra fluffiness. So they don't want it all flat when you have to express that so that they know, you know.
Absolutely.
Then I take them through a step-by-step process of everything that I'm going to do for their first visit. All the products that I would like to use, but if there's something that they prefer to use, tell me about it now. Tell me more about that product. I'm learning about it from them at that point. You understand? So those are things that's very necessary because even when I tell them about Procure You Roots products, it's like I'm doing like a Tupperware show. Because I have everything. I literally ordered everything that's in the site.
She does.
So I'll have a whole table set up with a presentation. Okay, I have this is what's in it. The ingredients that's in it.
You know what? You probably look like, you know when they sell Mary Kay?
There you go. Exactly like that. And then I'll open it here. You can smell it here.
Funny.
You know.
Oh my God.
And they're like, oh, this is nice. I said, you can touch it, put it in fingers, let it feel it. You know, yeah, spray some on your hair if you want to, you know. And that's what really makes me like, oh, I love this. And I'm so happy the way that you presented it to me because I made sure they knew what I was giving them. I wasn't just saying, ooh, use this. It smells good. It's more to it than that.
Mm-hmm. Way
more to it. And I want them to know the benefits that they'll get from using it. And if you still decide, well, no, I'm more comfortable with this. Okay.
I love that.
All right. So let's do that. Okay.
Tiffany
but then they'll be like, I love your hair. And well, that's coming from my product. So, you know.
Oh, we rise hard. We rise hard.
No, I've had a couple of people that wanted to use their stuff. And for 5 years before I found you, Tara.
And that's some peculiar roots had a little
resurrection right here. Y'all don't understand.
Tell him I'm coming.
And my son was saying it the other day when I did his hair too. The one that I sent you with the yellow scarf on his hair.
Yeah. Oh my God. I wish I could share pictures right now, but he looked
it's so vibrant right now. Like, because he'll tell you, I put so much energy into finding what I needed for myself and for my children. But I love it so much that I'm introducing it to my clients but I don't require it. You ain't got to use it because that means you're using some of my stuff. You know, how much you use my stuff. I'll let you sample my stuff, but if you like it, you got to buy your own.
Love it.
But yes, those are the questions that I ask. That way, during this consultation, I ask those questions so I know they know what I expect from them and what they will be expecting from me. But also, again, me being a spiritual and energetic person, I'm taking all of that in. So I know what I'm dealing with before we even start.
I love it. Tiffany says, can we suggest somebody in Baltimore? Tiffany, check out Vision Bar. We actually had Jasmine, who won our giveaway for like a day with a Loctician. So I know she's not like a Loctician, but she does like natural hair. And Jasmine had an amazing time. So reach out to Vision Bar. I know they do excellent, and she will definitely use Peculiar Roots because she's used it before. So reach out to Vision Bar, and if you want, look for Jasmine post when she won the giveaway, and you'll see them tagged on there. Just let them know we sent you, and they will take care of you. Keto said that's why I bring my PR to my apartment. Yes, bring your products.
Yeah, bring your products and just be mindful of the approach. Don't be like, your stuff ain't shit, use this. You don't have to do that.
Anybody has any recommendations for New Orleans?
We don't have to do that.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna do this in the tribe, right? I'm not even gonna put it publicly because people are biased. So what we're gonna do in the tribe is, if you have a great loctician that you fully know that, you know, they'll use Peculiar Roots product, they're gonna do the right thing. We're going to create a post in the group. You can drop your loctician that you recommend, that you've used, that you personally can vet for, because we're going to trust the community on this one. And then that way, if other tribe members want to use those locticians, they can do so. And we'll do this until Peculiar Roots, you know, open up all our loctician bars in every state, because we're manifesting away. But we'll do this for now, because obviously there is clearly a need of just folks not out here doing the right thing. And there are folks that are doing the right thing. We actually have a lot of amazing locticians that follow us, and I'll personally start reaching out to them so we can have them on here as well, and we can support them, other Black women. So when they're taking
a lot of them, they are great.
They are great. So we will definitely reach out to even our community and ask those who actually buy our products, and they can you know, do the right thing, because we know there are a lot of them in the community. So Pammy, do I have to bring my products to our appointment? Look at this. Yes, Donnelly, she's not going to use her product on your hair. She's trying to get like free products. I can't.
Whatever of your products you want me to use, yes, please bring it with
so I'm gonna answer this last question. We're gonna probably have to do a part 2, y'all, because 1 hour is short, and my family's here for me. So we're gonna do part 2, and we're probably gonna do a more extensive one, and it's gonna be paid. I'm going to do another one, but it's going to be paid, and the money will go to Pammy, because I respect her time, I respect her expertise, and I want her to be paid. And so as a community, we can all gift her for her time and have a really more in-depth conversation where it's private, that you guys can ask all your questions you want. So it's kind of going to be like a group kind of consultation, I guess. Do you think that's cool, Pammy? I'm like, I'm just giving up your time. I'm like, yeah, we gonna do this.
That's fine.
But I'm gonna pay her, but I also want you guys to be able to contribute to the pot as well. So that way she can freely continue to do this for our community. Because I don't like people doing things for free, and I know she loves us and she'll do this for free, but I don't want her to do that. So we're gonna set up something where we all can make sure we are pouring back into our sister for sharing her wisdom with us, and do a more in-depth. So probably like two hours, whatever. We gonna figure it out, where you guys can feel comfortable. We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to be okay with being vulnerable and ask your question, because we're here for you, right? The last question that I'm gonna answer is, my scalp is very itchy and flaky, and I don't know what to do about it. That is what I need help with the most. I will answer, and then I'll let Pammy answer from a professional standpoint. I feel like with that itchy scalp, especially if you guys know you have itchy scalp, you want to make sure you have a regimen in place. A regimen in place could be something as simple as refreshing your hair every day, right? If you have to spray the refresher on your scalp directly, that literally soothes your hair instantly, your scalp instantly. If you want to seal that in, you could put a little bit of oil, not too much. A lot of the times when you have super itchy scalp, a lot of you guys think the solution is oil, and you put like half a bottle of oil, when that's actually adding to the problem, because it's like is clogging your pores, and your hair is not your scalp, your pores is not able to breathe properly. So you want to just take a little bit. With all of our products, a little goes a long way. If you got a heavy ass hand Loctician, make sure you tell them for peculiar roots, you just need a little bit. You don't need a lot to get the best results, a little bit. So make sure with that, you can use a clarifying shampoo such as our ACV shampoo that will literally rid your scalp of anything that's just sitting there. Also, something that we all do because we're used to doing it, when you're shampooing, do not use your nails to dig your scalp. You're literally bruising it, you're scratching your scalp. You use your fingertip, right? Especially for those who have sensitive scalp, you use your fingertips to wash by literally just massaging it like that. You don't need to do this, right? So we will definitely need to have like a more in-depth conversation where we're showing you these methods. It's so important. Y'all get in our Elite Tribe community because they get this stuff for free. They get this stuff for free. So get in our Elite Tribe community. It's on the website how you can get in. I want to end. I'm going to let you answer that question too, Pam, and then I'm going to end with a giveaway. I feel like tonight I want to do something different. I want to give away to someone who is not financially able to afford our products right now, but you've been dying to try. You've been watching us for a while. So I cannot stand my staff. So someone who's been watching us for a while, but you're not in the position to be able to provide buy a kit. So I'm gonna give away tonight a starter lock kit. And so a whole kit tonight, a whole kit. So the last time what we did was, but I want y'all to do now. So, okay, I'm gonna just trust that the community is honest, right? Last time I had y'all text before we started. No, you can do it tomorrow. This one just like working. Can I do this now? She said, really, Sarima? So, what I'll do, I'll ask, I'll let you guys answer the comments. So if you know you're the person that God wants to bless tonight with this starter lock box, you don't have to go in depth. You just know, like, okay, sis, you are talking about me. Do not cheat, y'all. I want the person who God is instructing me to give this to really receive it. So all you have to do is in the comment section say, this is me. I really need it. And I really want you guys to be like a real Peculiar Roots like fan. Like I want y'all to have been following us and not just like a random thing. So I really want somebody who really deserves it to get it. So in the comment section, just say, it's me. I need it. And if you want to put like one line of why you need it, that's fine. And then in the meantime, Pam is just going to answer that question, which was, my scalp is very itchy and flaky, and I don't know what to do about it.
I have a client who also suffered from very dry, itchy scalp. I'm touching on what Tara said. Having a moisture routine is very important, not just externally, but internally. And increasing your water intake, the proper water intake. That's another thing I never shared. I have a degree in nursing. So if I tell you certain things in that, it's just from what I learned in school. Don't make me the expert. I'm just sharing. Sharing is key. Whatever you weigh, half of your weight in ounces is the amount of water you should be drinking on a daily basis. If you weigh 140 pounds, you should be drinking at least 70 ounces of water daily. If you weigh 300 pounds, you should be drinking over a gallon of water a day just to bring all that water in. So moving forward with that, the moisture routine is absolutely necessary. When shampooing your hair, the Peculiar Roots products are absolutely great for those things. ACV, black charcoal, deep conditioning shampoo, also in detoxing. But also if it's something more severe like dermatitis, which is flakiness and itching of the scalp, which is like an irritation. Most of the time with the scalp, it's not major, it's not crazy. But if you scratch it, like Tara said, you are rebruising, and a lot of the flaking is actual scar tissue. So you have to give yourself time to heal. One of the things that you can use to heal that is very excellent for healing is the aloe vera gel. Fill up on that. It's soothing, it's cool, and it's a healing agent. So when you put it on, it'll heal your scalp. My son, he suffers from itching and flaking, not anymore. Not anymore. So the aloe gel is excellent for that. You can actually use that every day. Just a little bit of it.
Yeah, aloe gel is great, y'all. Let me show y'all what they talking about. These are aloe gels, like an 8-ounce tub jar. This serves you forever. It's amazing. Like I use it on my kids' hair. Like, you can use it all over your body.
75% of that is aloe.
Just
yeah, I read the label. 99.75%.
Yeah, y'all saw that, right? 99. Like, get your life with Peculiar Roots.
The possibility 99. So
that's a horn being blown. You know how long I've been looking for a Jamaican horn to blow up on y'all? I just want a Jamaican horn to blow, like, brr, brr. All right, I think I found a winner. That's the way you
can help with easing the itching of the scalp.
I think I found a winner. So I'm gonna end it off with some Peculiar Roots song. Hold on, we're gonna raise it up.
You see my Peculiar Root jewels in my hair?
Yes, that was the first thing I saw.
My Queen collection.
Come on, everybody. Hey.
Them celebs fill up free products for your crown. They make your hair feel brand new. Rose water, them eyes.
Where's my rose water?
Rose serum for grow your edges. Black charcoal shampoo for wash your locks. Eczema lotion.
Where the eczema lotion? Wait, black brush. Where the body wash? I'm gonna just pretend it's the body wash. Peculiarroots.com. The way he says peculiar is so funny. Peculiar. The winner is, so you know what's crazy? I love doing this. The last time I did this, the person actually deserved it and it meant so much. So roll the pots, stew the pots. Okay, the winner is, you win a starter lock kit. And this is the perfect winner. Remember, honesty is the best policy around here in Peculiar Roots. So if you're not honest, something gonna happen to you. So the winner is Ashley. The winner is Ashley Hunt. So she says, it's me. I need it. I'm 3 months in and learning the do's and don'ts and the truths and lies of what I can do versus what I cannot do as a lock newbie, and learning the best moisturizing method for healthy locks. Everyone in the comment section, let's give it up for Ashley. Big up yourself, gal, you win. Ashley, email us at admin@peculiarroots.com, and tomorrow our team will pack out your starter lock kit. In the subject line, just put starter lock kit winner so we can know that you won. If you are watching now and you want to try something, use code LOCK15, LOC15. I think that's the code Mary gave me earlier, but use code LOCK15 to save 15% off your order. If you heard something tonight and you want to try it, now is the time to try it. That code expires at midnight tonight. So go ahead and try something in our shop using the code. I'm going to double check phone number before when you message me after. Yes, LOCK15, LOC15. Let's everybody telling you congrats, Ashley, on Instagram. So congrats, Ashley. You deserve it. Big up yourself, my gal. Big up yourself. No, stop. I'd be so hype up here. But congrats, Ashley. You deserve it. And welcome to the tribe. We hope that you have a healthy lock journey. Feel free to ask us any questions you have. Oh, Sarima, with the new box, let me show them. So y'all was going mad because we was out of these boxes, but guess what? We back in stock. So you about to get back your VIP treatment for any kit that you order, and we updated the boxes. Ooh, y'all like the new box?
Nice.
Y'all like the new box? Hot fire. Y'all like the new box? It's so cute. So any kit you order goes in the new box. Sarima was like about to cry today because she was like, the experience is back. Y'all was missing it. She's so dramatic, like seriously.
She likes packing the boxes.
She's
It
so
always so
dramatic.
beautifully packed.
She was like, you gotta video me tomorrow packing the boxes. I'm like, it's a box, Sarima. It's a box. They are. Because they were surely asking about them damn boxes. Y'all are so spoiled. It was like, where my box at? Yes, I love the new box too. We redesigned it a little bit. Y'all, the hot gal summer box. Woo! That thing is like, I outdid myself that this time with that box. It's like, it's right. It's like I want a box too, baby. I want a box too.
That's what you're because you always do the next box better than the last.
Yes, box. I'm not even talking about what inside the box. We're talking about the box will look like. That thing is lit, y'all. That is y'all gonna be hot gal summering real good. And y'all see, I've been going to the gym because I don't want to just want a box. I want to look hot gal summer. So y'all get y'all life too. Get your 6-pack because I'm gonna have a 5-pack. And I'm gonna be stunting on all y'all with my 5-pack. Can we get boxes with regular orders? No. It has to be Donnelly. Like she just extra. No. No. I'm trying not to place an order because I'm waiting on the box. This wasn't she trying to play. She's not gonna place an order because you're waiting on the box. So good luck, Tawana. Good luck, addict. Good luck. Tawana lie. She said she's gonna see you in the orders tomorrow. Damn, they be calling out your business. But go ahead, y'all. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my night. Use code LOCK15 to save 15%. Peculiar Roots out. Y'all, we actually about to launch on another amazing, huge platform. I can't wait to share more with y'all. We're gonna be everywhere. We're gonna be on the fears, on the fears, on the fears. Let me stop. Bye, y'all. Good night. Pammy, you are amazing. You're wonderful. Thanks for blessing the tribe with your knowledge. We love you. We love stalking you in the group. Please do not tag Pam if it's not necessary in the group, y'all. We're not trying to stress her out for her to leave us. We are gonna have
when more. I left my day job, I didn't announce it. I just left.
Right? No, you didn't. So we're gonna find you. We got all your accounts, all your emails. We know where you live. Don't play with us. So we will show up. Get Tawana on the bus, on the plane with us. We all headed to New York. We showing up. So yes, we love y'all. We'll see you guys next week, Thursday, Locked and Loaded Live. Bye, y'all. Enjoy your night.
Bye.
Bye, Facebook.